Peace and greetings, my fellow expressions of consciousness. If you're new to this channel, what I do here is to help point people outside of their limiting beliefs that they are a limited being, because it's simply not true. The last step that you have to take within your awakening journey, however this may come about, however this may manifest as a test, is you have to let go. You have to stop believing that when you awaken to the truth of the pure self that you always have been, not these memories, not these emotions, not even the body, the essence of what you have always been is what you always are. To awaken to this sort of remembering or truth, you have to stop fearing that you will disappear. Because yes, in awakening, you come to see that the you that you take yourself to be, that which you say I, that one, yes, that is not you. You no longer function, live life as that I, that personality that you've always been, associating yourself with, the pure self with. But even though you are not that, you come to see that it doesn't go away. So you can still enjoy the personality that you enjoy. You can still enjoy eating food, sitting in a park talking to a camera, looking at the sky and appreciating the sky, appreciating life. In fact, you appreciate life much more because you realize you are life itself, as everybody else is and all is. There is no separation. So you have to get over the fear that you will disappear, literally. Because this is what some people think and some of you believe. And it's fine. I didn't know what would happen on the so-called other side. The sort of void, as we sometimes call it, of the no self, the no mind. What does that mean? No mind, no self? So I'm just dead, I die? What happens? Do I come back? You can't possibly know until you experience it. But as you know, my channel is to help point those of you who wish to awaken into the truth and kind of give you guidance, because I have experienced it and I'm not ashamed, or I don't believe it's egotistical to say, because it's just true. It's as true as this camera that is in front of me. It's just true. I've experienced it. That's why you resonate with what I say, because it sounds so reasonable and possible. Or you've just actually experienced it too, so you know, so you resonate on a deeper level. So yes, that I, that you, that personality, it doesn't disappear. In the so-called awakening moment, yes, that guy, that woman, that person, that they, it's gone. When you're truly in that sort of switch of perception into the pure self, yeah, you can't even, I say this, not to say this everybody experiences it, but most likely you will not identify at all with the mind, at all. Somehow you're just able to not identify at all with the mind. Like it's someone trying to get your attention, and without any effort, you just ignore it. To the point it's just not there, yet you're still functioning. It's because it's deeper than reason. It has to be experienced. But the personality will come back, the ego will come back into its regular sort of schedule of talking constantly. But you then have this way, you kind of achieve a new ability of being able to detach from the idea that you are the thinker, you are the thoughts, you are the mind, or that you have to do something to thoughts, you have to control thoughts, stop thoughts, that they can actually hurt you at all or affect you at all. You can't have this, you have this new way of just letting them go in a really non-detached way. And that lasts. That's the good news, it lasts. So yes, don't hang on to the cliff of ego. Fall into the unknown, the mystery that is what you truly are. How can there be a cliff without the space around it? How can there be a mind without the space around it? How can there be a cloud without sky? How can there be mud without the ground? How can there be you without something more essentially you? Now, what is that which is essential? That's the question. And again, you always are it, but it's not a thing you can find with the mind. It's the mind that keeps you separate from the truth. Now, after awakening, you see that the mind too is you, but not in a separate way. Just as if you was to write on a piece of paper the word separation would not be separate from the paper, yet it is distinct from the paper. You can look at it. The same as the mind, you will see that it's not separate from consciousness, but it's distinct, as it's more dynamic. It's more in your face, so to speak. So yes, take the leap into the safe abyss that leads nowhere, but that nowhere is nothing to fear, because that nowhere has no limits. It's not localized, it's not dimensional. So it's not nowhere in a you are lost away. It's nowhere in that you are nowhere because you are everywhere. I hope that makes some sense. Have a wonderful evening or day, my fellow expressions of consciousness.